Hello, everybody. We are back for round two with correct me if I'm wrong, Butzemänner? I'm not great at German.
It's Butzemänner. Should we set like an alias for that team? Because I don't think you want to pronounce Butzemänner for the entire set, right?
Yeah, it's a bit long. What do you think we should call them?
The most boring thing would be men.
Men it is.
Let's just call them Bieber, because Biba is like it's like not the word for beaver, but like the pronunciation could be beaver, so let's just call them Beaver.
Alright then, we got Beaver versus Breakfast. And the first match is going to be on Splat Zone's Undertow.
Okay, funny story. I actually do kind of like this map, but like I know it's not good, but I kind of enjoyed it. It's kind of like my guilt trip pick sometimes.
Yeah, this map, I used to hate it, but I've kind of grown to, in a twisted way, like it. Maybe it's because of my constant X games on that map, but they're just not being really fun.
True. But honestly, I feel like Manta should have been the first match instead of, Undertow. I love Manta.
Manta has some fun zones, like interactions, you know.
I feel like Manta's just one of my favorite maps overall, next to Flounder. And honestly, we're just getting right into it. We see an end 89, we see a ballpoint. I think there was a... it's so much. Wait, Explo, Machine, Neo Splash, V-Try, Neo Splash, Shot. Okay.
So pretty standard comps, other than the triple bucket on the side of Breakfast, which you have to respect.
Oh yeah, I just noticed.
Now, we see that Beaver is running the Splatter Shot and Zap comp, which those weapons were both recently buffed to get not only better accuracy, but Chumps and Zuka were buffed.
Yeah, that's true, and while we were talking, the Explo just went down, but we just saw Inkjet did not, I don't think the Inkjet double hit, right? Was it?
Yeah, I think it was 2 hits, actually. It's not like out of the meta, nor is it like bad now. It's just a little more balanced because they did.
Yeah, it's just more balanced, but I think that's great because I feel like Inkjet was kind of over the top, and now it's rather balanced, but still good. So I appreciate that a lot. And we just saw that Beaver got 2 people down, and Breakfast wants to counter push and like get the zone into their lead now. But we see it's kind of hard playing against a ballpoint, but that person just went down to the Explo, and the Explo just went down to like, I think it was the Shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just going to give Beaver a chance to start taking space and start that slow and steady knockout. All they got to do is just get this penalty down and let the numbers start chipping away.
Yeah, but we just saw the ballpoint getting a pick with a wait, no, it wasn't a ballpoint, it was the Tri-Slosher, sorry.
Yeah.
They just got a pick, but they were picked off at the same time, and now Breakfast wants to counter push again, and they also got the recap, so that's kind of important, and now we see the Neo Splash got a pick on the ballpoint, which is rather important. We don't want them getting that Inkjet output, and we see super jumps going right on the right side. And yeah, the Neo Splash being kind of aggressive and kind of backfired because it was a 2v1 situation, and now Beaver is right at getting back that right zone, maybe, but the try's actually sharking at the wall, and they got a pick as well, so that definitely has some value, but they went down at the same time, so it doesn't really matter that much.
That, honestly, is just unfortunate. Breakfast there had the right idea in terms of trying to, like, kind of play alone there to take space, but it would have helped if, like, they had a little bit of support on those pushes, because they're just going down one by one instead of taking team fights here.
Oh, and that try just got a double kill, which is also rather important. They got that Inkjet. It was a 3-hit kill. It was a 3-hit kill. I just witnessed it. I saw it. It was a 3-hit kill.
If I'm mistaken, Try just got a triple, too.
Yeah, they just got a triple, which is also rather important for a Breakfast, since they are not having the lead right now, but they're working on it.
Maybe the lead shift, and we do see a change.
Oh, and the Trizuka got punished by the Tri-Strikes.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, I was just about to say, that was really unfortunate.
Can Beaver, though, recover? It's 2 down on the side of Beaver, 1 down on the side of Breakfast, but Breakfast doesn't lose control here.
feel like they just have the kind of advantage with the Explo in some situations, especially with the pain output, and it can also apply some decent pressure in the right situations. And yeah, we just see that Breakfast keeps on the wait. It's neutralized. I was just about to say no, Breakfast keeps the zone. But yeah, it's kind of hard now. Yeah, Beaver just capped the zone because there were a lot of people down on the side of Breakfast, so they have the best opportunity to start a counter push with a lot of specials. But as we speak, we only see 2 specials. We have the Tri-Strike on the Neo Splash that is now used, and we also had Super Chumps.
Now, even if Beaver at the moment they have zone, but they're still losing, they're very impressive. Their speed on the moment they get one person down on Breakfast, they can just push in really fast, retake, start pressuring the other teammates that are trying to back out. It's very impressive the speed these guys are bringing today.
Oh, I totally agree with you. It's really impressive what they're lining up here. And as we speak, Breakfast got a recap, which is also very important because we have like only 30 seconds left on the clock. Excuse me. And it's kind of a back and forth situation because we just had the recap of Breakfast, and now there are 2 people down. But it's still looking good. Like it's still looking like it's in Breakfast's favor, especially with the Expo being really passive and just kind of working at getting the pressure from the far back. But the Try is being way too aggressive in some situations, and it even works for them.
Yeah, he's not gonna let him take that zone.
Big value.
That's through to 2 down, 3 down, and that's the game for Breakfast. That Tri-Slosher was just not letting him take that zone at all.
1-2 KD.
That was an interesting and epic game, if I do say so myself.
We just saw constant aggression from the Tri-Slosher. I feel like that was just really valuable because they were able to get out a lot of pressure, and I feel like that Explo helped to quite some extent, especially with locating people.
Explo's a very slept-on backline, you know? Like, it was Ballpoint for, like, the longest time since the new patch came out, right? And to, like, see Ballpoint kind of get owned, it's kind of a good feeling, especially by an Explosher. And, like, I'll preach Explo's praises, like, any day, all day, you know what I mean? It's just slept on, man.
Now, I feel Explo is kind of underrated. Of course, it's not better than, like, a Ballpoint or maybe a Heavy, but it's still not bad at all. I feel like it's definitely better than VJet, I would please say.
Yeah.
Because the point sensor actually kind of works on it, and Inkstorm just helps with its further pain output and putting out pressure. And it also kind of combos with it if you're in the Inkstorm for long enough.
It does.
But yeah, the next match is going to be on Brinewater Springs.
No, I'm a little biased this match because when I'm playing my custom jet, you know, all you gotta do is just sit up top on ramp and never engage and just constantly pain. So I find it kind of fun, but I'm kind of hoping to see an leader here. You know, if we see one team bring out like a leader, they can just pressure their ramp without anybody telling them otherwise.
Yeah. What I also kind of find funny on this map is like Blob. I mean, it was just casual. I was just like chilling in the stream with Milana, and we were just doing like viewer private battles, and that was just and I just had to play Blob because it was like randomized.
Yeah.
And it was so fun on this map. It was like Tower or something. But yeah, I kind of like Blob, even though I know it's really not that good.
I mean, we may see it. It did get buffed recently as well, so...
Oh yeah, it did get buffed, but it only helped like its pain output, and its pain output is not its major problem. It's just
not
that
really.
It's really inconsistent. It's really inconsistent.
I don't know, let's see what we have here going into game 2.
I feel like we're gonna see an Explo again. I feel like the Explo would definitely stay, especially in the zones environment. We see change from an NZAP 89 to 85. We also see leader scope, as you predicted. And we also don't try anymore, and no Neo Splash on the side of Breakfast anymore.
We do see this T-Tech here trying to go for a flank, but will he be able to do enough with that?
I feel like it's kind of hard in some situations to actually flank with the T-Tech because its RNG always kind of held it back in some situations to fight, but as it got its RNG buff, which it was kind of unnecessary, I'm gonna be honest.
Oh yeah, it was.
it was definitely unnecessary. I feel like it may be good. And we see the Inkjet fighting the sloshing machine. It was like was that a 4-hit? I don't think it was a 4-hit, but it kind of looked like it.
It took a bit of time for it to kill. It was nowhere
Yeah.
near the pre-patch kill time.
Yeah, like it kind of. We already see the effects of the nerf on Inkjet.
We see Leader able just to pick one of them off and not quite get the T-Tech out. I mean, the Leader's trying its best, but its limited paint isn't really helping the side of Breakfast right now.
And also, what I also just kind of see, we have a lot of specials on the side of, like, we have some specials on the side of Breakfast, which just kind of forces the people to go out of that area. I mean, we have the T-Tech with the Tri-Strike, which is some limited, kind of getting out of the area. We have the Splash, which is just obviously the crab. It is also kind of good for displacement. We have the Booyah, and Wavebreaker is just kind of displacement.
Now, this crab right here is going to be really oppressive. It's not going to let him push out. Should be able to swap lead here, and they do. They manage to take the lead with a 34-point penalty. Oh! The Bazooka, man. Ooh, that was awesome. That was a really good play with the Bazooka.
Yeah, literally, it kind of looked like the Trizuka was going. Oh my god, that was okay. That shot by the E-Leader was kind of unfortunate because it looked like it actually hit the ballpoint.
It was so close.
Yeah. As we're speaking, Beaver got the control of the zone. They put down the Tacticooler. They're going into aggressive mode soon.
Oh, to go down to bomb.
People down. There's 3 people down, and Breakfast is just going back at the zone immediately. And they also have 3 specials up on their alley, so this is going to be a really valuable push if they manage to put it off correctly.
Yeah, those 2 plays were really fast. I mean, we saw Bazooka able to solo get them out and then take space, but then the bomb unfortunately shuts them down and then it stops any push they had.
Yeah, it was like really strong. And like we saw the E-Leader, like the Wavebreaker got kind of destroyed really early on. But that push is still really valuable because they were able to get their penalty down and they're still working on getting their points down, which is also really valuable because they're now in a winning lead. Like they could potentially win with this lead if they manage to get Beaver out of the area a lot. And also we saw the Inkjet just destroying the crab with like 3 people.
Yeah, they kind of just jumped that crab and told him, hey man, you're not getting us all out of here. This is our space. You can't have it.
You gonna die, B. Yeah. And also we see counter strikes by like 2 people. We saw the Neo Splash and the T-Tech use them at the same time. And also we see the Booyah Bomb and the Wavebreaker going down.
Ooh.
There's the E-Leader kind of poking on the shot. They got the pick. But Beaver's still on the zone. They still don't have any penalty. But as I speak, they do.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. And the E-Leader here perching up, able to get 1. Can he get 2? Very close. I mean, we saw that Beaver tried, and they pushed so hard there. They took off their penalty, and they started gaining points. But Brecht was able just to come back and just say, hey man, you guys, constant penalty, deal with it.
Okay, the E-Leader is going into a little bit more aggressive position, and it kind of worked for them right now, but like 2 people are now going flanking. I don't know if it's really the play that they want to do because it's kind of risky for. Oh my god!
Oh, the wipe
out.
That looks like it's gonna be game.
That
3,
is definitely
2, 1. Yep, and that's game
and
for
the
Breakfast.
ball also went down at the end.
That was a huge wipeout. Breakfast came in clutch there.
Like as I was saying, I feel like that split up with like 2 people on the spawn and 2 people going flanking. I don't think it was like the play that they should really have done. I feel like if one person that is kind of more aggressive would have been alone on the flank, and if it had like gotten a little bit more distraction going on, I feel like it could have worked. But it's still kind of inconsistent because the flank on Brinewater is really unreliable because you can always see it coming because it's the only flank or kind of flank available on that map. So yeah.
Yeah, I understood their like train of thought there, but the execution just wasn't there, and it let just Breakfast kind of knock him out really easily, actually.
But yeah, folks, that's it for this best of 3 set. And we're gonna be going on a short break for now, and yeah, we're gonna see you back in like a few minutes, I think.
Yep, we will be right back.